Recording. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to be seeing you again. I was originally going to do this as a very short show, 2-3 minutes. Today is a product review of some of the various voice recording apps we have on our devices. And before I get started too far, I'm going to start another recording device. It's probably too complicated to explain why I do two, but I do two of them. So the other guys don't know yet. So, folks, we're going to be doing a product review of various voice recording apps that we have on our devices. So, one thing I want to say first, I will try to make this as short as I can because I know attentions. I finally got the clue. I got the memo that the attention span of the human race is shrinking. So we are trying to do shows that are much shorter. I'm trying to do some stuff that's like even under a minute. So trying to get with the program. Yeah, so product review. I went on, well, last few weeks I've had trouble with a certain voice recorder, which may or may not be the one from Samsung. And I say it that way because the icon for 2 or 3 or 4 of the voice recorders that are on my Samsung phones, the icon they made to represent it is so close to being exactly the same as the other companies. So close that I spent hours working on what should have been a 2-minute video. And I finally said, you know what? I'm not going to be able to figure out which one's which. So then I literally picked a voice recorder that had a very different symbol. What in TV we used to call an Elvis mic is a symbol of it. And I haven't used it yet because the phones are ringing off the hook. And I got really sick earlier in the day with hypersensitivity. So we're just going to go with what we're doing right now. So biggest thing I want to say is, why are those things so identically identical? Another thing is, whichever one of the 3 red ones that I was using would not connect very well at all to either Google Drive or OneDrive. And in order to connect that, in order to test that, I had to reopen my old Hotmail email account, reopen my drive, my OneDrive, which I have up to this point for years rarely used, and will probably go back now and start using. But I was just surprised that if that's the Samsung product, which I honestly think it is, then why in God's name will it not coordinate properly with Google Drive or with OneDrive? And the experiences I've had over the last few weeks are such that sometimes I'll upload like 10 audio files, and it will maybe successfully load 5 or 3 onto the drive. And then there's another thing that goes on in my Samsung phones where the phones very quickly, that's one of the reasons we're doing things this way today, one on Zoom, one on something else, is you put stuff on there and I don't remember that, hey, this is not a computer, this is a phone, has very few gigabytes. So if I make like 10 or 20 videos in a day, somewhere in the middle of that day, I'm going to get a note that says, well, your thing is full of videos, your trash is full of videos. We cannot tape another video until you clean up some of this stuff. So, I'm a very slow learner, but after a few weeks of cleaning up 3, 4, 5, 6 phones every day, I said, there's got to be a better way here. So, even though my computer died, I figured out somebody gave me one to borrow, but it doesn't have a web camera. Film at 11, if you know, I keep saying that nowadays. I had to go through all the phones, install Zoom on all the phones, make sure it was coordinated on them. Because when in Zoom, once I make a video, it will sit in Zoom's drive, and then I can process it on my desktop on the computer that I have now. Even though that computer doesn't have a webcam, it will process stuff. So that's good. And this other file I'm making over here is going to have to be something I get rid of real quick and pay close attention to. And, mostly I'll use the Zoom thing, which is on my left, and you guys can't tell. Well, the one with the faded background is the Zoom. The other one has a clear background. So what I'll do is make the Zoom one, put it up on Zoom Drive, leave it there for a while, and still leave it there after I upload it to my Google, not my Google, my desktop. Then I can load it over to YouTube, and then upload it to the various places I want to. There's various places that are easier to load from YouTube than other places. So I'll do all the easy YouTube places with the Zoom one. And then the other stuff I'll do with this one on my right with the clear background. Like TikTok is easier to do with this one. Probably Instagram, I think, would be. I hope to start using Clapper, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Recently made a list of the top 60 social media sites that play mostly in the United States English-speaking language. I got a list of all their monthly users. So we're trying to figure out which sites, because we have a lot of products. One product we have now is I come on to with the person and I say, we can make you a 2 to 3 minute video. We can create, process, and broadcast it to 2.6 billion people, and we can do that in 111 minutes. Well, that's not as easy as it sounds. We've been running a lot of betas. We started trying to do it in 43 minutes, failed. Tried to do it in 61 minutes, failed. So, but what I like about this product is people are paying attention in a different way. I'm getting more raised eyebrows and more, oh, that's interesting, than any other product we've had. So, and it has a very low price, $93.91. As I always say at this point, I have been pricing for high-tech companies, for myself, etc., for my pet squirrel, whose name for some reason is Gowanna. I don't know why. Pricing video for probably 20 years, well, longer than 20 years. And there's still about 10 or 20 video houses and advertising houses in each major city that charge roughly $12,000 to $60,000 for an ad. And a lot of people charge much more, 100,000. For us to give you an ad, 2 or 3 minute anything. Let me get this call. I don't know, whatever. Hello, how are you? Hello? If you don't say something, I'm gonna hang up. A lot of that today. I got a very interesting scam, which I may put on this because it takes time to make a video. It takes time to start it, stop it. So if I throw two or three things into one video, don't be a bit surprised. Anyway, I got an interesting scam earlier. I do rabbit holes. I get lost on what I was saying, especially when there's a distraction like that. So, got a call, unknown number. I get a lot of unknown number calls. And the voice said, have you authorized the purchase of a $999? Hello? Well, who's calling?
This is Nick from BioAlert. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties just now. I apologize.
Yeah, that's all right. That's okay. Nick, I just want you to know, so you do know that you're being recorded because I'm in the middle of a show and I'm putting you in the middle there. I don't feel like stopping the show, and it takes a lot. So go ahead. So you're Nick, you're Nick from you're Nick or Dave or what?
My name is Nick, and I was calling you from BioAlert, BUI Alerts, and Pilot AI. I was giving you a call because I saw you were looking into some of the AI technology that we were working on.
All right, so you're but it's BYO? BUY. Oh, okay. All right. So tell me tell me what's going on.
I just wanted to give you a little bit more information. We launched our platform called Pilot AI, which is an AI analytics tool for investors, and we're looking to go public here in the near future. Some exciting updates this week is that our CEO is sitting down with New York Times about some of our past growth and what we're looking to do for the future. Do you have any experience in private equity or pre-IPO investments?
I better say no for the sake of the conversation.
Okay, yeah, that's totally fine. So I was giving you a call about a private market investment opportunity into this company. We started 3 years ago at a $28 million valuation, and today we're sitting at a $684 million valuation.
Congratulations.
Obviously, over the last 3 years, we've seen tremendous growth, and we're just building on that.
Right. Well, can you cut to the bottom line? What amount do you want from me?
So right now, the minimum investment is $10,000, and we are only working with accredited investors. Do you happen to be one? Are you familiar with what that criteria is?
I'm not familiar, so that's the truth. I want to make jokes, but you're doing a good job of presenting here, so I won't bother you too much with my jokes.
If you want to make a few jokes, I won't stop you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been authorized by Nick to make jokes. Just please let the court know that. All right, if it pleases the court, no, I'm kidding. What?
We'll put it for the record that
Yeah, yes, very good. Well, if you walk out into your yard to pull weeds without your shirt on, and your husband does too, you might be a redneck.
You have a net worth of $1 million,
That all of that is number one, right?
Number one is an income of $200,000 a year. That's criteria number one. Criteria number two is net worth and assets over $1 million, excluding your primary residence.
Okay.
And number number 3 would be if you're married, the joint household income is $300,000 a year or more.
Okay, and if I'm qualifying all three, that's not a problem.
1 out of the 3.
All right. So 10 is the minimum. I'm not answering a question at this time.
Okay, totally fine.
That's being weird, Doug. So 10 is the minimum. Is there a maximum? Probably there is. You don't want one guy buying everything, right?
$35 million would close out the round. That would be the maximum for the round we're in right now.
For everybody.
That's the target goal we're looking at. If one individual came in on it.
All right. When do you want to know?
I can connect you with my VP very quickly, and he could give you that timeline. It would take maybe 1 or 2.
No, I don't need to go there. I got to talk to people before I do crap like this, dude.
Well, this isn't a commitment I'm asking. It's more of just an opportunity to present you with the opportunity before we make any decisions. I just want you, I'm not asking for a commitment at this point at all.
All right. So since you're being recorded, what phone number shall I or someone else call you to make this commitment?
You can reach me at the number that I'm calling you at right now.
669-202-197. If I had eyeballs, boy, 1978. All right. Well, this way I can send this video off to my peeps and homies. Let's see if any of them want to play too. It's nice to talk to you, Nick. I hope to get to know you better over time, but I don't think they would authorize that because I like having people on the show. Anyway, talk to you later, okay?
Okay, you have a good day. I look forward to hearing from you.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye. So that was interesting for several reasons. Number one, I doubt if his boss, if he knew, would have authorized that kid to be in the middle of a TV show. But I think I may get in trouble somehow, but I hope he doesn't get in trouble. No reason to get kids in trouble like that. Sounds like a very young account executive. So, number two, I really I'm not only a student of things being different and strange and a sperm of the moment, but I'm writing a book. I've been a historian and a participant in something called absurdism, which started as a philosophy with Soren Kierkegaard and later became a literary movement. And I think now at 2025 is the prime moment when absurdism is going to become a power in SMM, in it's another word I want to say, in product design, and also in something else. And the phrase I wanted to deliver to you properly, which you guys know I have dementia and I have mental illness. I'm writing a book, and I haven't written a book in a few years. So, and I usually have trouble sometimes feeling good about writing the book. I write them because I have a deep sense of commitment, but sometimes I have had trouble with books. I'll tell you this, some of those stories. So here we go. So I'm writing this book. I feel good so far about this book. And I remembered finally with this book that the rule is the day you start writing your book is the day that you start marketing your book. So I started writing a book yesterday. I like my first few paragraphs, but I want to make sure I get the title out there to you I'm not using a running title. I'm using what I hope the editors will call the real title. But I was trying to deliver the words to you and I forgot some of the words. So let's see if we can get them back. The real title of the book is, or hopefully will be, Leaning Sideways, colon. Why or possibly how, I don't think we use both. Why or how absurdism, and yet again, the book's going to be all about what absurdism is. So, I mean, that's the point, because I think and I believe me, it took me balls and centuries that I have been a self-deprecating, I love you playing on words. So I've been a self-deprecating / self-defecating person for about 300 years. It's taken me forever to have the whatever to be able to say positive things about myself. We were trained as kids. You don't ever say anything positive about yourself. You don't want to appear to be getting on your high horse and all that. And that is deep, 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 deep in my muscle memory. So, all right, let's get back to the game. Get back to the thing in hand here. Leaning sideways. Why? Let's go with why. Why absurdism is the new power in social media marketing, SMM, and I think we're just going to say SMM in the title, and something else, which I can't remember, was something like that. That was advertising. Social media marketing in advertising, because we do, that's mostly what we do, and even, and this really was an insight to me, like a Tim Cook, Stevie Jobs kind of thing. And I wrote Tim Cook an email, which I haven't sent because I don't know the guy, but I hope his interns look at it if I send it. And even in product design, because we're coming up with all these new products like robots and SIs and CIs and CSIs and okay. Now this is some serious stuff and some very fun serious stuff. If you guys know me, I don't use the word fun very often. So blah, 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 that's there. So to review this show, just like we would have in Toastmasters, where I gave about 500 speeches of every single type. Today, during this broadcast, we've talked about voice recorders and how some of them have very, very similar icons. We've talked about voice recorders and their ability to connect properly with various platforms such as Google Drive, OneDrive, etc. We got a surprise phone call from a kid who's an investor account executive pushing investing of something into something. And you've got his number and stuff. Just call him. I would appreciate you letting him know it was me, only because, might not give me any points. It might give me 1 point with somebody somewhere. Who knows? They might buy me a bologna sandwich with bread and butter pickles. And then we pivoted yet again to me procrastinating. I'm not procrastinating, pontificating about a book called Leaning Sideways, Why Absurdism is I should say new power, is the new power in SMM advertising and even in product design. So I love you guys. That's a wrap. My sign off, which I've frequently lately forgot to do, my regular TV sign off is this. I love you guys. Probably the most important thing I will do today is look into the camera at you and say, I love you. That happened. That's good. It's a good show. Bum, 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 bum. All right, kids, that was what do they call those in the movie? Outtakes. Yeah, I'll talk to you soon because I got another show I got to do with you. All right, so living the dream. Love you guys.